that. A bear scrape. Good morning, everybody. It's Tori here with Fungi on the Fly, and this weekend's adventure is going to be backpacking to an alpine mountain lake to do some fishing, camping overnight for a couple nights, and I got a wild hair to try something new. If you recognize this little tool, this is a gold pan. So I'm here at the roadside edge of a river down below, and I'm gonna try my hand at mining for a little bit of gold, shaking the gravel around and seeing if we can't find a couple little golden flakes down below. I've got the expectation very low, but it should be fun. Try a couple new things, try a few places. Got a little shovel here, and I also got a little set of these straining baskets, so we can kind of stratify the gravel, get the big old heavy gravel rocks out of there to try to get those fine sands and those golden flakes down below. Made it. So it's summer 2026, and in winter 2025 we had massive flooding, so like 100-year flood, which is kind of what inspired me to try to do a little gold panning, because all that flooding really moved rocks and gravel and dirt and gold around. So let's see if we can't, just try to figure out a good spot to do a shovelful. Maybe behind some of these boulders. Okay, I think I'm gonna try right down in here. Big old boulder rocks kind of created an eddy here. Looks like it collected some gravel and sand, and who knows what else. All right, so I'm a total rookie, so, this is probably not the bestest way, because I don't know the bestest way, but I watched a couple YouTube videos. I think there's like microscopic specks of gold in there. For my first pan ever, I see shiny yellow at the bottom, so I know my technique is probably pretty bad, but this is promising. Okay, first gold pan. Let me try to get this thing to focus. And I think I have one little speck of gold. Right there. That's exciting. Let's try another pan. Here's another big rock and another low point, so let's try from right down there. Doesn't look like much on this pan. All right. Try again. Well, nothing obvious. Yeah, we'll try one or two more, and then we're gonna go hiking. I'll let you know if I find anything. And then I have a better spot from a little online research to hit at the end of the backpacking trip. So we'll drive to another little river that might be a little more productive. So stay tuned to the end of the video, and we'll see if we get a little more gold, other than the tiny speck that I tried to put in here with a little pair of tweezers. Yeah, it's a speck. I found a bear track. Black bear. See the indentations of the toes. Yeah. Bear country. Well, gold panning this morning was kind of a fun experiment. Not very productive, but that was to be expected, being that I'm a novice and that river's like not really known for it. But now we are up a mountain road and gonna try to find this trail. It's an unmaintained trail, and then we'll be going off trail from there. So it could be quite a bushwhack, and I was hoping that by this early afternoon, I think it's around 1:30 or so, that some of the moisture from the rain yesterday would have dried off. But looking at this vegetation, I'm gonna get pretty wet on the hike in. That's okay. I'll have time in the afternoon to dry off. Oh yeah, here we go. This is it. Unmaintained trail. Here we go. Yeah, a little brushy. Here we go. Okay. There's another mountain lake down below there. We passed it on the drive, and a mountain off in the distance. Snowy Cascade Peak. Beautiful. Look, we made it to a little mountain lake. Not the lake we're gonna camp at, but I might just have to stop and fish this for about 20 minutes or so. See if there's not some fish in there. Man, I could tell that I have not been working out, and this is the first backpacking trip of the year. Gained 1,000 feet of elevation in a mile, and boy, I felt it. So I'm happy to take a little fishing break here and then make our way. From here is the bushwhacking part, fully off trail to the next lake where we're gonna camp at. So find a spot to dig out my fishing reel and stuff. I just saw a little fish cruise by and another one rise, so there are trout in here. They don't look to be very big, but that's okay. All right, rigged up. We're going single dry fly, caddis, and no net. The net's in the backpack pretty deep, so I don't want to get that out. But these are pretty small fish, so here's a perfect little piece of shore. Only gonna probably be able to roll cast, but that's all right. Let's try to catch one of these little trout. Little duck. Strike. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's off. Darn. Oh, looked like a 6-inch rainbow or so. Well, I've had a couple of bites, but it's getting a little late in the afternoon, and we still have to make it to the lake where there's bigger trout. There's about 6-inch trout here swimming around, tiny baby rises. So had a couple bites, had one fish on, long distance release. So calling it quits here, and we're gonna make our way up and down, off trail. Let's go. Time to hike again. Made it through the short, steep side hill, slipped, used some branches as belay, but I think that's the hard part. And from here, I don't think it'll be as hard. And I think it's gonna be mostly downhill now. So hopefully not cliffy or anything. Basically, I'm gonna follow a drainage and make my way down to the lake. It won't be long, I don't think. Beautiful heather meadows and lots of blueberries, huckleberries. First glimpse of the lake down there. Just gotta pick my way down. Okay, we're almost to it. I used my butt as a belay device coming down. These like trail running shoes, they have no traction. It's just like a slipper. Oh, mosquitoes. Okay, let's go find a camp spot down here. Oh, look at this. Beautiful lake. Oh, yes. Happy to be here. Well, it's not much of a campsite, but it's the best one there is, so I'll take it. All right, tent set up. Let's unload here a little bit. Here's our food. I brought 2 dinners, kind of. I'm hoping to catch a fish. If I don't catch a fish for dinner one night, I'm just going to be eating rice. And tonight, I'm probably just going to have the freeze-dried meal because it's getting late and I still want to do a little fishing. But let's finish getting camp set up real quick. Sleeping bag, sleeping pad. Camp chores are done for the most part, except for water filtration, so we're going to do that. I did bring the pack raft here and the paddle, but I think I'm just going to start with doing some casting from shore while I filter water. And we'll see how we do on time, if we're going to do the raft today, or for sure we're going to do the raft tomorrow. But let's at least go down to the shore and see what we're working with. There we go. There. Perfect. A lot of good space to backcast here, so that's nice. I just had a fish rise and strike my dry fly, and I got a fish on. A real shaky head. Makes me nervous. So far, so good. A lot of head shakes. Oh, it's a nice fish. Oh, it's a nice fish. Okay, let's get the net. Let's get the net. Okay, we got the net. Oh my god. Oh, it's so big. It's in the net. Oh my goodness. This is a toad. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's let this guy drink. Let's breathe. Get it in the water. What a toad. That is a huge fish. Okay, it flies out. Awesome. Let's get it out of the net. 18-inch rainbow trout right there. Look at that. Oh my god, I'm gonna take a picture. What a beautiful fish. This one, gonna give it the handshake. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. What a fish. Let him revive, and whenever he's ready, I'm going to let him swim off. A minute or two of reviving later, and off he swam. There he goes. Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Oh. Well, I'm excited to fish more tomorrow. I think we'll end on a high note here tonight because fishing was pretty slow. I only saw 2 rises. One was just like a little nose up. Another I heard a splash. And that was it. I haven't seen any fish cruising or anything either. So very excited that that fish smashed my dry fly, a Madamex caddis. Probably my favorite mountain lake fly besides a leech. All right, here's my dinner sitch. Gonna do a freeze-dried penne alla vodka. Gonna do a little electrolyte powder, and maybe even have a little bourbon. And if I'm still hungry and want some dessert, love these things. They're like such a weird texture, but oddly, I really enjoy these. Gonna enjoy dinner, rehydrate from today's activities. Had fun gold panning, and definitely had fun catching that fish. So have a good night. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Felt good to sleep in. My sleeping setup was on a very significant side hill, so that made for a little bit of difficult sleep at times. So felt good to sleep in, and I'm on no time frame today. I get to hang out at the lake today and go fishing all day. So let's go get our little food bag, make some coffee and some breakfast, and we'll get the raft inflated after that. My duck friend is back. I forgot to grab a piece rock, putting the fish to piece when I harvest it in the boat so I can knock it out. So let's just grab one of these rocks from shore. That way I don't even have to get out of the boat. Oh, there we go. Got one. That should work perfectly. Just bonk it. Yeah, I'll just put that by my feet. Alright, no rises, so might give it a little longer with the dry dropper, but then maybe need to switch it up to a deeper water setting. Okay, new setup. The trailing fly is the balanced leech. The top fly is this little orange hot spot nymph, and we're gonna go deep, so I have on there a ways up a slip indicator so that when I set the hook, in theory it should all come loose and slide around, and that way it's easier to get the fish to the net because you don't have 20 feet of leader that you're working with, so you're not trying to net a fish 20 feet away. All right, let's try this. Yeah. Nice. I was stripping in kind of aggressively just to recast. An aggressive strike. So maybe they wanted a little more aggressive. My bobber didn't pop, so gonna have to struggle a little bit with that. Oh no, it did pop. Okay, good. 5X tippet. Don't go for those lugs. If I can get this guy to the net, this guy thinks it's gonna be dinner tonight. Yeah. Got him. Ooh. We're gonna be eating a lot of food tonight, baby. Look at that. Whew. Just because who knows if I'll catch another. This is bigger than I'd normally want to eat for dinner, like 17-inch trout, but you know, I don't want to go hungry. So we're gonna bonk them. There we go. Dinner. On the leech aggressively. This is a big buck trout. This is a coastal cutthroat, as it turns out. This is not a rainbow trout. I just saw his flashes. His slashes under his throat. Alright, let's get out of the boat and get this guy on a stick stringer so he can be dinner tonight and keep him in the water to keep him cool. Alright. Stash the fish. So right as I was gutting my fish and putting it on a stick to kind of save it in the water, I heard some crashing in the trees and thought, uh-oh, a bear's in my camp. So I started, saying, hey bear, hey bear. And then all of a sudden I heard back, hey boo-boo. So there's actually not a bear and 2 other hikers that have come to the lake to do some fishing, but they're not spending the night. So just so you know, if in the video you see a couple other people fishing on the lake in the rafts, just know those are other hikers that have come to do the same thing as me, public lands. So hopefully they are successful too, catch a fish. And I am secretly happy that I will not have any other visitors here camping overnight, because there's not a lot of space and I do like solitude. So yeah, just to give you the update, gonna have a little lunch and then get back out there. Hooked up. Goodness. Fighter. Nice. All right. 16. All right, hooks out. Beautiful. Yeah. 16-inch cutthroat, huh? Mm-hmm. Yep. Beautiful. Yahoo! Fish to the net! Little bit of a slow day of fishing, but definitely made up for it in quality. Here's my fish here. I'm a little worried that this water hasn't been cold enough to keep the bacteria from growing, so a little nervous. I'm still gonna eat it, but I caught this fish at like 11:30 a.m. and it's 6 o'clock right now, so it's definitely been in there for over 6 hours at a probably temperature of 65 or so. The other guy who is one of the anglers that was here earlier today, he did a temperature reading and gauged it at like 64 at the surface. So yeah, we'll see. They left a couple hours ago. Nice people. They caught a few fish on a sinking line with a woolly bugger. So, and I caught a few fish, dry fly, balance leech. That was pretty much it. So anyways, I'm going to get my fish here and let's fillet it up. Okay, I think I'm just gonna, I don't have a fillet knife here, but just gonna use this dinky little pocket knife to cut a couple of fillets off this guy. So, do my best. Okay, back at camp, and I pulled out dinner stuff. Got some minute rice, some breadcrumbs for the trout fillets, and we're going to do it kind of Asian style. So one of these little Tupperwares is some butter, ghee, and the other one is chili crisp and toasted sesame seed oil mixed together. So we're going to have a nice spicy umami trout and rice dinner tonight. So let me get my frying pan here and my stove set up, and we got our fillet of fish right over here in the net. So, but first, I think we should celebrate our bounty and our harvest with a little pour of bourbon. I think this is Maker's Mark. Put it in a little cup here. We'll work on that slowly. Nice heavy pour. I didn't drink any last night, so since I didn't have any last night, double tonight. Cheers, everybody. Smooth, delicious. Golly, these aren't even gonna fit in the pan. I think our trout is done. I've been trying to cook it extra crispy just because I wanted to kill any bacteria that may have formed while it was just sitting out all day. But that looks nice and good. Oh yeah, rice looks good. Let's dish up. Flaky goodness. We'll try a bite before we add all the good seasonings. Hot. Tastes good. The breadcrumbs add a little nice flavor. Mild. But now we're putting all this goodness in there. Maybe not all of that. We'll see. Chili crisp and toasted sesame seed oil. Oh yeah. Lauganma chili crisp for all those who are chili crisp lovers. Yum. That's good. I think all it's missing is a little fresh lime squeeze, maybe some cilantro. Otherwise, delicious. Yeah, chili crisp and toasted sesame seed oil. That's a game changer for me. Yay. Cheers. The sun is setting. Camp chores are done. Great day of fishing. So, wonderful meal. I'm ready to tuck into bed. I've got most of my stuff broken down to make for leaving a little easier in the morning. So, I will see you guys in the morning. We're going to hike out of here and then do a little gold panning. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. Last morning at camp this morning, and it is super dewy. All the plants are covered in water, and my tent inside and outside is covered in dew as well. So I'm a little apprehensive that the hike out is going to be a soaking wet one, because just walking around camp already, my pants are getting wet and my boots are getting wet just from grabbing my bear bag. So yeah, the hike out might be a bit damper than expected for this bluebird sky day. Oh, I'm happy to report that I did not get any foodborne illness from my delicious trout last night. So keeping it in the water, even though that water wasn't very cold, it apparently did the trick. So it probably helped that I gutted it first and took care of it immediately. So in any case, I feel fine, felt fine all night long. Camp looks good. Nothing left behind. Right. Say goodbye to our lake. Gorgeous as ever. Bluebird day. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna hike out a different way than I went in. I got my map, GPS. I'm gonna do a little track, and I'll see you down at the riverside. And let's see if we can't find a little gold nugget before this video's over. Look at this. A bear scrape. And it's kind of fresh. So, hey bear. We got our bear spray at the handy. Seeing as I know very little about gold mining, except for what I've pretty much read on the internet, I think I'm going to start over there, inside Bend, and there's an accumulation of boulders and rocks of kind of different sizes, so I think I'm going to go over there. Let's dig right here. 100-year flood. Nothing but black sand, so let's try another one. We'll dig from a slightly different spot. Nothing. Well, so far no gold. I might give it one more try on the other side of the river. And if I find something, I'll let you know. But if not, I just want to thank you all for watching. Please let me know if you have any tips for gold panning. Grateful for the big trout and a fun backcountry weekend. Stay safe, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video. Check out fungionthefly.com for hats and t-shirts. Well, nothing.